Carnegie Mellon is a great institution that offers a lot of different opportunities in a variety of areas. There are many reasons why I chose to come to Carnegie Mellon, but number one, their academics are top-notch. I grew up stocking shelves in my dad's Party City stores from the time I was 10 till about the time my brothers went to college. And I kind of grew up with a very entrepreneurial background, so I knew I wanted to go to a school that had a business program. And at the time I came, Carnegie Mellon's Tepper School was ranked number 6 in the nation. Couple that with the ability to play football for an established program with established coaches, I really thought that Carnegie Mellon was a no-brainer for me. I had the opportunity in my freshman year of joining a fraternity, Beta Theta Pi, that has about 110 members. It has been truly a delight to be in a fraternity and meet and become friends with a lot of guys that have the same interests as me. It is awesome when you're in a tough school like Carnegie Mellon to have another person that you can lean on for assistance, because the courses are so hard and you have so many things going on here and there. It's nice to have somebody you can lean on in that regard. Also, not just through my fraternity, I'm involved in a variety of extracurricular activities, and meeting just the outstanding people in this university has truly made it a blessing for me. My favorite athletic moment while playing football at Carnegie Mellon was my freshman year when I got my first carry against Wash U. I raced around the right end for a 16-yard gain and subsequently tweaked my back. And then I couldn't play anymore for the rest of that season. But basically what that moment taught me was I needed to rehab a lot harder. I needed to rededicate myself to playing the sport that I love, because I knew that I could still play, and I knew that my team needed me to contribute in the subsequent years. Going into my senior year, I was going to have the starting role, and a lot of opportunities were beginning to show themselves. Unfortunately, however, during the senior training camp of football, I was going a little bit too hard in one of the drills, and I fractured both sides of my L5 lumbar in my back, and I tried to play through it, and throughout the first game, I scored 3 touchdowns the first game, and I had a great time. My picture was in the newspaper, and I thought everything was just going to be fine. But during the second game against Montgomery Bell, I could not play anymore. My back had completely given out. I tried to sit out for about 2 to 3 games, and then I came in and my back completely gave out and I collapsed on the sideline. I had to send a note to all the coaches that were recruiting me at the time that my back was injured, and I would have to be in a back brace for an extended, indefinite period of time. And subsequently, a lot of the offers and attention that I was getting all went away. Fortunately for me, I had a lot of guys in my corner. My high school head coach was always looking out for me. He knew I was a smart kid. He knew that opportunities would eventually come my way. And then one morning, I got a call that Coach Lackner was in the football office, and he wanted to meet with me and talk about playing football for Carnegie Mellon. In the next couple months, I took a visit to Carnegie Mellon. I liked Carnegie Mellon. I was also interested in other schools as well. I was in the honors program at Ohio State. I had been accepted into Cornell, where both my brothers and my sister went, so there was legacy there. But Carnegie Mellon kind of had a special place in my heart. I had a great time on my visit. I was going to be able to play football, and I was going to be able to major in business and continue my career. So I ultimately chose Carnegie Mellon, and I'm very, very happy that I did. Playing in the wing T offense is very exciting for a running back. We get all the glory. We're involved in the majority of the plays. Being a running back, it's nice to know that the head coach is always going to be calling your number. You're never at the back of the pack. Me being a right halfback, a lot of the plays that I get are running jet sweeps and tosses and all that kind of stuff, which is different than what I was used to playing the spread in high school. However, being in this system for 3 years has shown me that there's a lot of different ways to play football. There's not just one option. I mean, you don't have to always play the spread. You don't have to always play in the power I, but there are different schemes that work, and I'm extremely happy that I have a left halfback and Jake Nardone who can carry the load, and fullback and Jared DeLello who can also carry the load too. So it makes it nice for me to know that going into next year we've got a great group of guys to play with. Internships are very important as you pursue all your academic goals and prospects. They provide you with a lot of valuable experience in the working world, because the working world is much different than a classroom. And then they also provide you with the ability to network with a variety of individuals that may be able to help you out further down the road. I was fortunate enough during the summer between my sophomore and junior year to get an internship with PepsiCo. I worked in their Business and Information Solutions department in Chicago. That was my first opportunity to live on my own in a big city. As I was beginning to search for internship opportunities for this year, I put my name out in a ton of different resumes to a ton of different companies. And the first company that came up was Heinz. Heinz brought me in for a first round interview. This was the day before we were traveling to Chicago for a game. And I interviewed well, I thought, and I told Coach Lackner about it. He was really excited. He said he knew some friends down there at Heinz. And strangely enough, while we were on the plane to Chicago, Coach Lackner was sitting next to one of the vice presidents at Heinz. And he started talking to him, and he gave him my name and said I had just interviewed. As we got out of practice the night before the game, I received a call from Heinz saying that I had been approved for their internship. I was thrilled. I ran up to Coach Lackner. I told him immediately the good news, and that just kind of shows you the value of having an established head coach who knows people in a variety of different areas and who isn't afraid to vouch for his players. Unfortunately, I didn't pursue the Heinz offer as I got another offer that was more in an area that I wanted to pursue. I'll be working this summer at PNC Financial Services in their loan syndications department. I'll be working with one of my fraternity brothers who graduated about 3 years ago. It's going to be a great experience. I get to do exactly what I wanted to do, and everything seems like it's working out well. When coming to college, you have to understand that there's more than just academics and football. There's a whole other arena of extracurricular activities that it's important that you get involved in. I decided to join the Student Athletic Advisory Council, called SAC, and what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to be the liaison between the students, the student athletes, and the administration. Anything that the student athletes need that the administration is unsure about or it's not being communicated well, it was my job and my colleagues' job to let this be known to the administration, and we can move forward that way. We were actually very successful this year. The football team had a night game, and we rallied all the other student athletes to hold a student athlete barbecue. We wound up getting about 500 plus students to come to the night game, which was amazing. And we have a couple of other events that we did throughout the year, but it just goes to show that there's a lot more than football and academics. You have to put yourself out there, get involved in other leadership positions. I loved my school. They were powerhouse football, powerhouse academically as well. I took all honors AP classes. They set me up very well for Carnegie Mellon. But while I was in high school and I was searching for a college, I knew I wanted to find a college that was going to stretch my mind, body, and soul the exact way that Moeller did. And it turns out Carnegie Mellon is a great institution for that. The football team is focused, the coursework is rigorous, and the people that are around this school are all here to help you get better, improve in all facets of your life. And so I definitely felt that Carnegie Mellon was a place that could extend what I learned at Moeller and take me into the future. I came to CNU with a very debilitating back injury, and I was very unsure about what kind of playing time I was going to receive. Freshman year, I had 2 carries for 17 yards. And I was kind of really down about what the future was going to bring. But I knew I had the talent in high school. I knew that although I had my back injury, I knew that if I worked hard, I was going to be able to get back to the level that I was playing at in high school, and then even improve on that. So the summer between my freshman and sophomore year, I really dedicated myself to rehabbing my injury, getting stronger, getting faster, so I could come back in the fall and contribute to my team. And that actually turned out very well. Sophomore year, I finished the year getting an All-UA honorable mention for, well, actually I think it was second team for kick return, and I also got some playing time at running back. And then moving into my junior year, keeping the same, hard work ethic and figuring that I had to keep improving, I moved into a starting role during my junior season, and I haven't looked back since. And I'm looking forward to next year with Jake and I holding down the right and left halfback spots. The offense is ready to explode next year, and I'm very excited about it. The 4 years you spend in college are some of the most critical times in your life. This is the time where you decide what kind of man you want to become. It is your goal in college to stretch your mind, body, and soul to formulate a plan for the rest of your life. Coming to a strong academic institution like Carnegie Mellon and having something to do like football and other extracurricular activities lays a great groundwork for you to really set your sights on where you want to be 5, 10, 15 years from now. So the number one thing that I could say is that come to an institution and learn as much as you can, stretch yourself, and then achieve what you want to achieve.